Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Langerman and I'm here on another Friday to give you some violin exercises. This video is about left hand strengthening and independence of the fingers. I'm going to introduce you to similar exercises by three different pedagogues. Two of these pedagogues are very well known in the violin world. You probably heard of Simon Fischer, and I'm going to show you an exercise from his book called Warming Up. Then the next pedagogue is Constantine Dounis. The third pedagogue is a little less well known. His name is Goby Eberhardt, and he's from the 19th century and early 20th century from Germany. So all of these exercises are for the left hand without the bow. And I'm going to change my camera angle so you can have a really good look at my left hand as I demonstrate these exercises. Starting with the very first exercise in Simon Fischer's book called Warming Up, we place the pinky on the A string in first position, so it stays silent and doesn't move, curved. And we tap with the first finger on all four strings. And we want to focus on the energy when the finger lifts. So the second part, we pluck D and G. So notice how for this one I do it in rhythm. So 8th note, finger goes down, 8th note, pluck, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Then the third one, we're going to do motion this way from G to E. So we're going to tap these two strings, and for this my goal is to not move around my elbow so much. And finally, for the fourth one, we're going to practice the motion this way. So on the G string, A flat and A natural, going back and forth, D string, E flat and E natural, A string, B flat and B natural, and E string, F natural, F sharp. Then we repeat the process with the second finger. 1, 2, tap, energy going up. Now rhythm 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then sideways. Then B flat, B natural, low 2, high 2, alternating. Repeat, third finger, same thing. Now for the fourth finger, on the A string we'll put down 3, 2, 1 in that order. We'll tap with fourth finger. Try not to move too much here. And so for Dounis, we're going to do the very first exercise from his daily dozen. And there are two versions of this exercise. There is the easy setting where you put 4 fingers on 4 different strings. First finger goes on G, second on D, third on A, and fourth on E. So in this, I'll show this way, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the easy setting because the hand is in its natural position. There is also a difficult setting where you reverse that. You put the first finger on E, then second on A, third on D, and fourth on G. So it's the more unnatural position of the hand. So this is helpful for playing fourths and thirds intervals. So both of these are great. So you can choose which one you want to do. I'm going to show you the easy setting first. So unlike Simon Fischer, in the Dounis exercise, we don't move the fingers from one string to another like that. We actually keep them in the same place and we do a lot of finger tapping. But there is a lot more finger independence in this one. And the biggest challenge is to keep the fingers as relaxed as possible when doing this. Put fourth finger on B, third finger on D on the A string, second finger on F natural on the D string, and first finger goes on A flat on the G string. So this is the easy setting. So first tap, then alternating. Then alternate these, then alternate these. Now, two fingers together, lifting, and these two fingers together. Then, this one's tricky. Then, keeping the two middle ones set, these two together, then the middle ones together, and then alternating. So now I'll show you the difficult setting. 4 goes on the G string, 3 on D, 2 on A, and 1 on E. So we'll start with tapping 4, 3, 2, 1. 4 and 3 alternating, 3 and 2 alternating, 2 and 1 alternating, 4 and 2, 3 and 1, then 4 and 2 together, 1 and 3 together, alternating 2 and 3, 1 and 4. 1 and 3, 2 and 4. Then 1 and 4 together, 2 and 3 together, alternating. So that was a good workout for my left hand. And when you do these exercises, you want to be careful that if you feel some fatigue, I recommend that you stop and reassess of what's the weight distribution between your fingers, and definitely check your thumb. You want to check that your thumb isn't squeezing the neck. So check if it can move around a little bit when you do this. Finally, here is Goby Eberhardt. Now, this exercise, I never heard of it until about a week ago, so I was really excited to show it to all of you, and it reminded me a lot of the difficult setting on Dounis that I just did. Now, this one is the most difficult out of all of them. The focus of these exercises is to keep 2 or 3 fingers on the G string set while moving the others across all of the other strings and as double stops. So it's extra challenging, and I'm going to show you. I'll do my best, see what I can do. These are new for me, so I'll move my camera down again. For the first exercise, we put 2, 3, and 4 on the G strings, so B natural, C natural, and D. Make sure all 3 fingers are nice and curved, especially the pinky, so you can bring the side of your hand closer to the fingerboard to help. Then we'll use the first finger to tap on all 4 strings. So like this. Then switch. So 1, 3, and 4, and we'll tap with the second finger the same way. See if you can reach the E string. This is very helpful for those tricky chords in solo Bach and Isai. Then do the same with the third finger. 1, 2, and 4 are set. Check that the 4 is curved, that there is space. Third finger. This one's the most difficult for me, so I'm going to do it slowly. A string, and can I reach the E string? There's the E string. Okay. Then fourth finger. 1, 2, and 3. Tapping with 4. Then the next one, we put 2 and 4 on G. Second finger, fourth finger down. We're going to have first and third fingers moving at the same time from string to string. So tap on G, on D, on A, and E. Very tricky for me with the third finger. I'll show you from this angle. 2 and 4. We're going to do thirds. First finger will go on the D string and third finger will go on G. So I'll do it very slowly so you can see. I'm still working on this one. It's very tricky. Then we'll do the opposite. We'll do a minor seventh interval. Some more natural hand position compared to the other one. Very tricky right here. This time I'm going to put my first and third finger down on G, and I'm going to tap with 2 and 4. So first they'll be on the same string. If you can do this, I bow down to you, because this is extremely difficult for me. Then a third interval, so fourth finger on G, second finger on D. Maybe I'll be better at this in a couple months. Let's see. It's very difficult going on the E string while keeping the third finger on G. Very difficult. Let me try this with second finger on G and fourth finger on D, so a minor seventh interval. 1 and 3 stay put. Definitely easier in this hand position than in reverse. Let's see if I can do it this way again with the third. There we go. It's a little easy. Oh, this one's difficult. Difficult if my third finger joint doesn't bend any further than this compared to this finger right here. So if you have a similar problem, it can be extra tricky, but it's still possible. You just have to be creative and find a way around it. So that's Goby Eberhardt for you. That was very challenging for me. I wonder how I'm going to do this in a couple months from now. I only known about this exercise for a few days, so it's kind of fun to try new things. So, of course, I don't recommend you do all of these exercises that I showed you today one after another, because it's a lot. But all 3 of these are great warm-up exercises before you begin playing anything. My favorite one has been Simon Fischer, mostly because it covers all different directions that the fingers have to go. It covers going this way, sideways this way from one string to another, and also just the left hand pizzicato, so it's good for articulation. So that's why I prefer the Simon Fischer one. But I do like to change it up once in a while, so sometimes I'll do the Dounis. I'm excited to try the Eberhardt again tomorrow, see how I do after I just demonstrated it today, after having very limited experience with it. Let me know what you like of these exercises, which ones do you prefer, and next week I'm going to continue with more exercises for the left hand. And don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it, share it with a friend or a colleague, and I will see you next week.